Our restaurants have always had a charitable agenda and given back to the community, but 7 years ago we had a daughter and started thinking more about the future and climate change. And at some point we realized there are 0 chefs working on climate change. And so we started working on it and learning. And I think really for us the most exciting thing that we learned is that good farming and soil, healthy soil, has the potential to restore all of the atmospheric carbon and solve climate change. The restaurant industry is extremely challenging and a lot of hard work and not a lot of profit. And so it's a little bit counterintuitive to think that chefs and restaurants could be part of the solution from a financial standpoint. But what is important about it is chefs can lend their cultural capital and their ability to influence significant cultural change. And so if great chefs participate in this movement, it will become many chefs and then many corporations and then the entire food system. ZeroFoodprint is a chef-led movement of restaurants going carbon neutral. And the participating restaurants have conducted a life cycle assessment. And this basically allows the chef and the restaurant to understand what it would mean to do their part, what they would have to do to become part of the solution to climate change. And so the restaurants can implement best practices, and then to offset any remaining carbon footprint, they make contributions to renewable energy and renewable farming practices to actually improve and change the food system to balance out their ingredient use. At the moment, for ZeroFoodprint, there's probably about 30 restaurants that are carbon neutral, and it includes some of the best chefs in the world and also everyday restaurants. And so I'm really excited about working with the Basque Culinary World Prize and the Basque Culinary Center to spread the message and get more chefs on board. Some of the most impactful steps that restaurants can take to actually lower their carbon footprint are things like switching to renewable energy on the conservation side and reducing their use of factory farmed beef in terms of ingredients. And we've also seen really big gains from restaurants that are saving animal fat and using that instead of butter to cook with. And so there's a lot of different practices that involve conservation. But really the most important part of the program is helping to restore soil through better farming practices and helping farmers actually make the switch to practices that create more healthy soil and will ultimately create a renewable food system. So currently the food system has a lot of challenges. It's controlled by large corporations and food is kind of artificially cheap. And so this project is basically trying to find a way for the average consumer who can't necessarily afford the best ingredients to still participate in the change and help improve the food system. So for consumers, a few cents per meal at a restaurant can add up to many thousands of dollars over a year, and the restaurant can collect all that and serve as kind of a pathway that helps consumers support the change to better farming.